I was doing okay.
What was the big hurry? Why didn't he wait another week? Well, the same thing with Christian McCaffrey. They rushed Jake Moody back out. They rushed Christian McCaffrey back out there. Neither one's 100% themselves. Why did Kyle Shanahan do that, particularly with Christian McCaffrey? You brought it up a little bit earlier, but I think there were 62 snaps for the Niners on offense, and he was on the field for 56 of them.
Whoa. You know, no one would ever get this from Jordan Mason, but put yourself in Jordan Mason's head for a moment. I carried this team.
Mm-hmm.
I helped carry this team. I helped. I was really important,
mm-hmm.
and it felt great.
Where would they be right now if it wasn't for me?
Yeah, it felt great. And now I'm like the water boy. You know,
I'm back to what I was the last couple of years. Like none of that happened.
Right. There were so many ways Kyle could have included Mason to make Mason feel important. And it would have helped McCaffrey and it would have helped the team. Iggy, I just really don't like that coach's judgment in so many ways, Guy. I just really don't like it.
I saw the Buccaneers do this. Their offensive coordinator's creative, Liam Cohn. I've seen the Lions do this. Both teams have good running backs, two of them. So what the Bucs will do is they'll put Rachaad White, number one, the better receiver, in the slot, and they'll put Bucky Irving in the backfield. Have two running backs on the field at the same time. You could hand off to Bucky. You could throw a screen to Rachaad White. How come the Niners can't do that? You could have Jordan Mason in the backfield. You could have Christian McCaffrey in the slot. Those are two of your five best weapons on offense. Get them both on the field. I would only improve things. I mean, again, as opposed to the fullback who goes in motion, and that's about it.
Yeah, he insists on keeping the fullback on the field. That's a puzzlement as well.
I mean, I'm sure the other team's happy about it. Thank you. No Jordan Mason this week? Great. He's extremely difficult to tackle.
Yeah. So, what I learned is that here's what I learned. Among the things I learned on Sunday is Kyle Shanahan never learns.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not like he went into the bye week and was like, oh, guys, you give me 14 days. I'll figure everything out. We'll have a brand new offense. I got this. His solution was, we need Christian and Jake Moody stat pronto. They're going to fix this. And they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
again,
you said panic earlier in the show. It did feel like a panic move, bringing back Moody too early and using McCaffrey too much too soon.
Absolutely panic moves. I got to win this game. How am I going to do it? Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm not that confident that I can do this.
Yeah. And so again, my point when we started a few minutes ago was they won the game. All credit to them for that. But Icky, it feels like a loss. We're not praising them.
No. I've been following their ranking in the NFL.com power rankings because I think the guy who does it, Eric Edholm, is very thoughtful and clearly watches their games. Coming into the week, they were 13th. After the win, they were 13th, which I think is freaking perfect. Wow. No raise, no drop. You are the 13th best team in the league. And you know who's better? Arizona.
Arizona may be better. Arizona is improving.
I mean, it's close, but they've played better so far. Maybe the Niners will overtake them down the stretch, but right now, Arizona's had the better season, and Kyler Murray has had a better season than Brock, as well as Brock has played.
Okay, I wanted to say one other thing I learned from the game. Brock is really good.
He is.
Iggy, I don't know that Kyler Murray may have better stats. I don't check. I don't like stats. I'd rather have Brock Purdy than Kyler Murray. I'll tell you that right now. And what he did in the last 41 seconds of that game was just gorgeous. It was gorgeous. He saved the coach's ass. He did, Iggy.
He saved the coach's ass. And it's not the first time he's done that.
No.
And it's like he got the ball back with 41 seconds left and only needed a field goal. It's like, I mean,
you knew it was like
going to happen.
Yeah, it was like he was Patrick Mahomes. You knew it was they were going for checkmate, and you knew it, and you knew they'd get it. That's how I really, really like to watch Brock Purdy work. I do.
His touchdown pass to George Kittle was one of the best plays of his career.
Yeah.
Okay. Just holding the ball, and then finally seeing Kittle and throwing it to a spot where only Kittle could catch it. That was incredible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Something else I learned. This I learned. Baker Mayfield is tougher than Nick Bosa. Iggy, that play where Bosa had his arm and Mayfield was running away and Bosa had his arm and he couldn't bring him down. And then I think he threw for a first down, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or was it an
He did.
8-yard gain?
He did. Yeah, it almost looked like Bosa was holding his hand, guiding him across the street.
Iggy, there was some plays in that game that I've never seen in my life. And poor Baker Mayfield is really courageous. He's got Abiyoyo. He had RB holding on to him, and he wouldn't go down. He wouldn't stop running. He was going to make the goddamn pass, and he did. And there's Bosa looking like a schlemiel.
Bosa looking like a schlemiel. Let's talk about panic one more. I want to go back to the theme of panic because I think it's right on. So Kyle Shanahan overuses McCaffrey because he's panicked about winning this game. He rushes Jake Moody back for the same reason. And again, fans, coaches, players on this team are all expecting it to be easy again. It's going to look like last year. They're going to flip the switch, but it doesn't. It doesn't. And I think panic starts to set in again. Like, our magic solution isn't working. We're freaking losing to the Bucs. Oh my God. And they panic again as a team because Kyle's solution wasn't a solution.
Yeah. They had Wonder Boy back and they still couldn't do it.
Kyle, what's plan B? What's plan B? Yell at the kicker? Okay, I'll yell at the kicker.
Yeah, I know. And listen, do you think now that McCaffrey's back, they're going to go into super mode in the next few games? I think this is who they are, Iggy.
I don't know that they have another gear, Dad. I think they're stuck in third gear.
Stuck in third gear. I mean, the McCaffrey effect was no effect. And I think this is who they're going to be now.
In the past, I think, especially with McCaffrey and Purdy on the field together, once those two guys started playing together through last year, I thought it was pretty easy they would win easily most of the time. They would win easily most of the time. They don't win easily ever anymore. And I just don't think the team is accustomed to scrapping like that anymore. They're just waiting for it to get easy again, and it's not going to get easy this year.
You're right. They don't have now. Again, Purdy does have the scrappiness.
So does Jawan Jennings. So does Ricky Pearsall. Some of these guys do, but a lot of them don't anymore.
No, I agree with you. And the Bucs, who were so overmatched and didn't have wide receivers, they were scrappy, Iggy.
Now Debo can scrap with the long snapper, but he's not as scrappy out there as he used to be.
No,
it's not the running back he used to be.
He's a selective scrapper.
Selective scrapper. I have to agree. And what's another thing about I learned about this team, going back to that, George Kittle, phenomenal player.
Oh.
And every time it seems like he has a big game, he's on the injury report the next week. Like, it seems like he's playing through 3 injuries at a time to do this, which makes it even more impressive.
Yeah, and Kyle got him the ball about 15 times, right, in the game?
No, it was like 3 times. And it's like, why don't you get him the ball more? Well, we don't really know how many injuries he really has. Maybe they're doing the best they can.
Or they didn't want to give him the ball because he had Christian McCaffrey back.
That's a good point. Why get the ball to your best player when you can get the ball to your not best player?
Yeah, why would you give it to Kittle when you had Christian McCaffrey back?
I mean, after the game, McCaffrey said, I didn't really feel 100% myself. Okay, well then tell your coach and say, hey, Jordan, you feel like 100% yourself, right? Go out there and average 5 yards a carry while I'm averaging 3.
Iggy, you know what I mean? I'm flabbergasted, but I have to admit, I'm also in some way amused because we learn, but this Schlemiel doesn't learn. I don't understand.
And it seems like he's been avoiding hard work this year. Like McCaffrey goes down. All right, man, build a new offense that accounts for his absence. And he can't. Like the passing game falls apart. The red zone falls apart. They don't get yards after the catch anymore. And he's like, it's okay. Christian will come back. I don't have to change anything. No, you got to change something, man. This isn't working.
Yeah.